Well, we have a special treat for you today because in everybody's fast-paced, over-communicated lifestyle, you better believe there's no time to cook sometimes. Now, I know I'm saying that, I'm a TV chef, but there really isn't a lot of times, any time to cook, right? You're picking the kids up from school, or things just happen during the day and you get juggled, and you need that quick fix. That quick fix means like a quality sauce that Nona, your grandmother, would be proud to say tastes really good. And I found it. Now, it's been several years since I promoted any kind of like jarred sauce or sauce that's pre-made, but this one definitely stands up to really good quality stuff. Now, they got several flavors. Without further ado, this is Ann, this is Lisa. These are the gals that started this company. It's a woman-owned company. It's hardcore. Talk about like really great flavor. It just takes it to another level. So I thought I would invite them on the show while I'm cooking something, creating, today we're going to be using their marinara sauce, which is truly a great sauce. And what I find with these sauces is they're not overly acidic. They don't taste like they're being cheapened out by adding fillers or stuff like that. Exactly. It's like a very clean flavor, you know? And I got to tell you too, my kids are hardcore like food people. They've been all around the world with me. They know food. And I didn't even tell them that this was a bought sauce. And they said, Dad, this is really good. Where'd you get this? And so when you bring it in front of people that really know food, or what you were saying before, an Italian grandmother that gives you the endorsement,
yes,
then it's a whole nother level. But how did you guys start this company? When did you start it? Let's start with that. I mean, how did you think that you can take, you know, your home sauce, put it somewhere and ship it out? I mean, it must have been hard, you know, figuring out the packaging, because this is good packaging. I mean, you could fit 5 of these in the freezer. You don't have to worry about it falling, cracking, or anything like that. But so how did it start?
So, you know, Ann and I both grew up in Italian families. We love to cook. For us, everything was centered around the table. You know, you're celebrating something, somebody's sad, let me make you your favorite food, and we always froze our sauces. But as life got busy for us, we were like, you know, we don't have the time like we did when we were younger, our grandmothers and our aunts and moms.
Right.
And one long summer of our son's all-star baseball league, Ann and I were like, there's got to be a better way to get a good meal on the table, but without sacrificing quality and without sacrificing flavor. And Ann said to me, do you freeze your sauces? I'm like, Ann, I'm Italian, of course I freeze my sauce. And she said, what about if we froze them in heat and serve pouches? And that was really, I think, our light bulb moment. We set out to make this happen. We invested in a little piece of equipment. We made our family recipes. It sounds that simple. Yeah. It's been a long haul, but
not simple.
You know, we are so proud of it. It really is what your Italian grandmother will be making in her own home.
It certainly tastes like it. You know, I tell the story about when my brother fell off his bike, broke his collarbone. I mean, the bone was like plopping out of his skin practically, and my grandmother says, sit down and eat.
Exactly.
It's like, so, you know, I guess if you're going to get good quality food, the Italians, I'm not saying they know it more than anybody, but I'm saying that you better believe they know what good food is. And it's definitely an important part of the culture, especially that. So what we're going to do today, I thought we would do a very simple kind of throwback on a garlic bread and put this marinara sauce down on the bottom there. Now, the application for something like this is hot water, right? Take it in the bag, cook it in the bag.
Yes, the pouches are BPA free, FDA approved, so you just take the pouch right out of the freezer, you can give it a little rinse, put it in the pot of water. If you're making it for pasta, that's the pasta water you're going to cook in. So once the water boils, remove the pouch.
That's even more time saver.
Oh my gosh.
That's really a time saver now.
It really is.
That should be patented. We'll patent it before this hits the air. But yeah, you could now use one pot to cook both your pasta and the sauce. That's unheard of. Less pots to wash, quicker outcome.
And you can cook 4 sauces at one time.
Exactly.
And that's another thing. So that's the reason. So there's been a lot of thought on this packaging then, in other words.
Yes. There has been.
Yeah, right. Because with the jar is just, and these old ladies can't open them anyway.
Well, you're dirtying.
I know my mom has trouble opening up a can.
And they're perfectly pre-portioned. They're 10 ounces. They're about 2.5 servings. So,
Perfect.
you know what? You're not going to have an empty or a half-empty jar of sauce in the back of your refrigerator.
The price point is good too. For what this is, I think it's very affordable.
It is. You know, we really use the highest quality ingredients, and we didn't want to compromise on that. We're bringing to the consumer what we use in our own kitchens, and that is imported San Marzano tomatoes. Ann and I are, you know, search high and low for different tomatoes. And the tomatoes we use have no added citric acid, so it really lends itself for a much sweeter tomato, less acidic flavor. We've even had customers that come to us and say, "Oh my gosh, my husband can now eat your sauce. He doesn't get, you know, the agita or the
Right, that's
heartburn,
correct, that's correct.
From it."
That's correct.
All non-GMO ingredients, imported San Marzano tomatoes, as I said, imported Parmesan Reggiano.
Right.
The sausage, you know, our award-winning sausage ragu.
Very nice.
Custom made specifically for us, so
Nice.
you're really getting the best ingredients and a clean sauce.
Perfect.
And we'd never add any sugars, never add any preservatives, and they're certified gluten-free.
Very nice. Excellent. And now you, before we kind of move some of this so people can see what we're doing, you have a Sophie Award, correct?
We do.
They don't just give that out to anybody, you know. But tell us how you got that.
So in 2018, you know, we were doing a lot of food service. We were starting to get into retail as well. We submitted our products to the Specialty Food Association, and we were so excited to get the phone call that we won a Silver Sophie for our sausage ragu.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, the sausage ragu is one of my favorite. The amatriciana is definitely my second. So today we're going to be working with the marinara, which is outrageous too. We're going to get cleaned up a little bit here so you can kind of see what we're doing, and we'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. We're going to get started on, I'm definitely going to say this is like an upscale version of a garlic bread, which is really going to go great with this marinara sauce. So going back to the sauce, Fresco Bene, we're going to actually take these pouches, right ladies, and put it right in there?
Correct.
All right, so we're going to put 2 in there because I think that that'll fill that plate. Now, tell me how you guys came up with the flavors while I'm kind of doing some things here.
So we actually went back to our old family recipes, and we wanted to bring...
They allowed that? You know the Italians.
If we stuck to
Well, we're not going to give any secrets, but
stuck to the recipe.
yeah. So, you know, Lisa and I got together. We actually, you know, we tweaked them a bit. We made them our own, but we wanted authentic, delicious sauces that people can just have at their fingertips.
Right.
And that's exactly what we created.
So you picked the favorites.
We picked the
Right.
marinara.
Right.
It's just clean, fresh, delicious. All kids love it, and it's vegan. Our vodka sauce we love. It's not, you know, a traditional that you may find in the New York area. It's
Right.
smooth. It's velvety. It has
I like
a bit
it.
of heat.
Little hint of heat.
It's delicious, and it's vegetarian. And then we have our 2 specialty meat flavors, our amatriciana, which we make with pancetta. It's, you know, traditionally made with guanciale.
Oh, nice.
But pancetta is just a bit more cost effective for us. But it's super delicious, and we use real Parmesan Reggiano in it as well. And then our award-winning sausage ragu.
I love it.
Like Lisa said, the sausage is custom made for us. It's simmered in red wine.
Wow.
There's cream, Parmesan Reggiano, and these are all 4 to 5 hour sauces, and they're made in small batches by food industry standards.
Right.
You know, 1,150 pound kettles, layering the ingredients. So they develop these rich,
In a safe
delicious
environment,
flavors.
which is good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
And you know, we freeze them right after they're made, which ensures peak freshness, which is why we don't have to add any preservatives. We don't have to add sugars.
Exactly.
And they taste as fresh as the day they were made each and every time.
And I am a big fan of anything women owned. I have 3 daughters, and one of them is going into her own business with food, pastry.
Oh, that's
so I
fabulous.
think it's great. So I'm going to add some chorizo in here. So what I did here, folks, is, I mean, we just wouldn't be Italian if we didn't put the garlic in there. So olive oil, garlic, and then we have some butter. Now that butter is 98% butter fat. It's from France, okay? Now you don't really get that high amount of butter fat because usually butter has, you know, some, like a lot of water in there and stuff like that, but this is like pure fat. So we're gonna let that kind of do its thing, and then we're gonna take this challah bread and we're gonna put it on each side just to get it really crispy, and we're gonna forget it about it. Now what's the future of this sauce? Where do you want to see it?
Oh my gosh. Well, for the sauces themselves, you know, we are starting to get back into food service. We're participating and supplying, I should
like
say.
like larger quantities,
Yes.
right?
So we started
Yes.
out in food service, supplying the Naval Academy, some other
nice.
schools and hotels. COVID hit, we pivoted a little more into retail, but you know, we also supply meal kit companies. But we have so many different items that we want to create. We want
Right.
to create grab and go, you know, pastas that are ready made meals, do our own meal kits. We do offer a pseudo meal kit online.
Oh, nice, nice.
It's endless.
It is endless.
You know, and we've created so many recipes using our sauces as a base that, you know, we can turn it into a soup by adding just a few simple ingredients. One of my favorites is using the sausage ragu and turning it into a sausage tortellini soup.
Oh, very
And
nice.
you're honestly,
And you have recipes for that
oh my
online.
gosh, they're all online. There's at least 30, 40 different recipes, and it takes ordinary ingredients and really makes it into something extraordinary. And all of our recipes are, you know, 15 minutes or less. My pizzas, one of my favorites is a the vodka sauce.
Oh, nice.
With shrimp, little arugula, little olive oil. I mean, it's really my Friday night go-to.
So what does a typical Sunday look in your house? Both of you guys. I mean, with this stuff especially, like,
You can look at our Instagram. I mean,
Yes,
it's
yes.
pastas. Obviously, you know what? 2, 3 different types of pasta dishes, and salad and bread, and that's really all you need.
Right.
And although it seems like you spent hours making it, it really took us 20 minutes from
Right.
start to finish.
that's incredible. That's incredible. Now, can I have one of you guys, maybe, this is called the spaghetti spiral. Yeah,
We're
we
gonna
can
let
get
Lisa
this.
do that. I wish you could smell the delicious
The
flavors.
garlic, right?
Yeah, they're definitely,
We are
definitely next level here.
Is it okay if I go right into?
Yeah, that's fine like that. We're going to throw it in here. So now, what about, like, you know, how people would you encourage people to go to the site more than anything else?
So we do have an online store, which you absolutely can go and visit. We will definitely have an offer with Chef Joe as the coupon code, so we hope you will try it. But we are in a lot of retailers, especially in the Northeast.
Very nice.
We're in ShopRights, DeChico and Sons, Rawls, Kings and Balducci's, Fresh Direct. They
Oh, nice.
deliver all the way
Yes.
down to Washington, D.C. And we're in a lot of independents as well. But we're also in Central Market in Texas. So if you are in Texas, we know when we did demos there, we had people thanking us for bringing our sauces there.
Well, you know, whenever you say
They're
Texas,
transplants.
you got to do that, right? Deep in the heart of Texas.
Yes.
There you go.
All right, so we've just added some buffalo ricotta cheese, pecorino romano, and we got some shaved cheese that we're going to put at the center here.
That looks amazing.
We're going to take some of this chorizo.
All right.
All right, we'll just leave that there.
And, you know, this is a great way to enjoy our sauces.
Yes.
With spiralized zucchini or spaghetti squash. Keeps it gluten-free.
Yeah,
And you still thoroughly enjoy it. I will say the sauce makes the dish.
it really does.
Right?
It really
And
does.
that's
There's no
why
doubt.
We knew the most important thing that we could bring to people is the sauce.
Well, you know,
And
it's
the best sauce.
and it's so easy to make food with good sauce, right? Like, you could be creative. Like, most people are like, oh, I don't know, you know, my sauce doesn't taste like my mother's. Like, it's not an easy thing to get sauce right. And if you finally trust some company that really does it well, then, you know, hey, it's half the cooking, right? Because I mean, now we're doing this, and I don't have to worry about making tomatoes, because your tomato sauce tastes like you took, like, I mean, real plum tomatoes, boiled them down,
Right.
crushed them. I know we're not going to give any secrets away here, but
But we
it's
pretty
crazy.
much did.
Right.
Yeah, right. Now we got to find you. You know how the Italians do it.
And tomatoes are so good for you. You know, I don't know if people realize what a superfood they are. They actually prevent cancer.
Oh, really?
They reverse sun damage. They actually help, like, your liver and your brain actually not have
Wow.
effects from alcohol.
So you can
Really?
Drink your wine and eat your tomato sauce,
All right.
and you'll be good.
Is that why they do so well over there in the old country?
Exactly. That's, speaks to Italy.
That's it.
Well, and I also think when you use the highest quality ingredients, your end result is a much better product.
Absolutely.
And there are no additives, as Ann said. There's no fillers. It's really like the old school way of cooking, and we stay true to, our family roots.
Yeah, for sure. This is the fresh mozzarella, and what we're going to do is just put it over the top there with some stock. We have some stock here,
That smells so good.
and we're just going to leave this to kind of steam. I know my trusty food stylist will find me a lid to put on top of this if we can. And I always put the salt above the mozzarella on top.
Yep.
And then we just kind of let it steam itself, and then the plan would be to take that marinara sauce, put it all over the bottom of that, and man, do we have a dinner. So now, what does the rest of your family think of this stuff? Like, have you told, like, obviously your grandmother knows, or some close relatives that are really picky, right? What do they say? Do they give you the endorsement?
I mean, they're so proud of us, and they know what they're tasting is what we pretty much grew
Right.
up on, and so we always say the marinara sauce, so nonnos would be really proud.
That's
of
right,
us,
they would.
That we stayed tried and true to the recipes.
But I mean, they all use it. All of our
Absolutely.
kids use it. They've used it at college. Even in their microwave. You can microwave the pouches if you need to. And I actually bought my kids a microwave pasta cooker, which actually works quite well.
It's just amazing how this, how the world is like, it went from like grandmas in the kitchen all day long
Right.
to now everybody, now both parents usually work, and now you have to get into a situation where you need a quick fix that's good. And I think that's where the market, and I know a lot of my viewers are always writing in asking, do quick recipes, do quick lunches, it has to be quick, but it's got to be good too. Like, don't ever recommend anything that's bad. You'll hear about it.
That's really what we wanted to do is, although Ann and I love to cook, we just didn't have the time anymore. And, you
Right.
still want to put something good on the table. You still want it to be high quality, but we'd rather be with everybody enjoying instead of just in the kitchen while everybody's doing their own thing. And this really has brought everyone back to the table.
Right.
And, you're still getting a delicious meal in minutes. You can't ask for anything more than that, right?
Yeah, I love it. And we talked about, putting multiple packages in here, which is a good thing. I mean, wow, this is really like, and the protective coating too.
Right.
That's a big
And
thing
the
too.
pouches are BPA free.
BPA free, you don't have to worry about that. And I thought that what was brilliant is putting the actual sauce in the pasta with the sauce in the bag. I mean, that's crazy to think you can have the pasta down at the bottom. And like she said, multiple
Right.
bags. It's
Right.
like,
Absolutely. And multiple diets, which is great. So if you have, you're entertaining, you have who can't
Right.
eat gluten, they're all gluten free. Who's a vegan, who's a vegetarian, who wants the meat, and it's like, I'm satisfying everybody's diet. Who's on keto? Who's on? Weight
That's right.
Watchers,
That's right.
Who's on paleo?
yeah, because one of my children would never eat the sausage. It's got to be vodka. It's got to be marinara sauce. And everybody. I always used to think that my house was the only one getting the special orders at the restaurant every night, but it really is everybody's house.
Right.
Everybody's a picky eater.
And you become a short order cook. And
That's
this
right.
just makes it so easy.
That's right. It's like literally in my house. There's 4 sets of people that eat 4 different things.
Right.
And it's tough.
Yes. Right.
You want to make dinner, so it's good to know that you got 1 or 2 days a week covered, with something that you can just roll out with, that good and healthy. I'm big on that too.
Yes.
I mean, being healthy is a big thing too.
Absolutely.
A lot of these, which is not this company, but there are a lot of companies, that are putting fillers in these, trying to cut corners.
Right.
You get what you pay for.
Absolutely.
You really do.
Absolutely.
So now, where is it? This product gets shipped, but it's frozen, correct?
It's frozen. You'll find it in the freezer aisles where they sell the frozen raviolis, the frozen pastas, even some frozen,
Right.
grab and go meals.
So, and how long do you think it would last in the freezer?
So we know it lasts 18 months in the freezer.
18, wow, that long.
Yes, 3 weeks in your refrigerator, unopened. But honestly, you could use it like 7 days a week by just switching it up a little. It's not pasta all the time. You can make, as I said, the soups. The amatriciana is delicious with pan-seared scallops, clams, mussels. I'm a big seafood lover as well, so I'll steam open clams and mussels. Any of the sauces, honestly, are delicious with clams and mussels, but it's beautiful with chicken, vegetables.
Nice.
You know, you could do a spaghetti squash and top it off with any of the sauces.
Well, this is good for all you preppers out there. 18 months, I mean, hey, this could really...
Won't last.
It was, exactly.
Yeah, no, it definitely won't last, that's for sure. So where do we go here from the soups? Because I thought that was another interesting area.
Making the soup.
Yeah, making the soups.
So, for example, the sausage tortellini soup is our sauce. You just take it out of the pouch, put it in a pot, add a cup of chicken broth, let that simmer, and then at the very end, I take some of the fresh tortellini, throw that in. I'll throw a little kale or spinach, give it another little stir, and you're done. And some nice crispy Italian bread with it.
Oh, God.
Anne came up with the recipe for a Tuscan bean soup.
Anne did it.
With the amatriciana, you just take a thawed pouch, put it into a pot, add a can of drained cannellini beans, and a cup and a half of broth.
And that's
Simmer it until the beans are soft. It's outstanding.
So you guys are constantly in the kitchen, I would say,
We are.
right?
We are.
God bless
I think
you.
that's one of our favorite things to do is really R&D and just come up with different
It's a passion.
recipes.
You know, a lot of
It
people
really
cook to
is.
survive, and some people cook as a passion.
Right.
And you know, there really is a difference. Like, people don't really realize that. Like, some people just eat to just eat. You know, they have to eat. But some people, like, everything they put in their mouth, they have to enjoy it. You know, everything that they're cooking is a passion behind it. It's a story. It's love. And I think that's interesting. All right, so now how do we take these? So we take them out with a pair of tongs, right?
You would put that on the side if you were going to make your pasta.
So I leave it like
Right.
here?
Your water would still be boiling. You'd salt your water, add your pasta. Once the pasta is done cooking, you drain it, you put it in a bowl, cut open the pouch, pour it over the sauce, give it a little toss, and you are done.
All right, so
we
if
always
I'm-
say the kids want to help clean up when
They do.
When, you know.
But if I'm doing something wrong, you can give me one of those Italian
that
smacks.
is-
We got a wooden spoon right behind you.
I want to mention since we're using the marinara sauce,
Right.
it makes actually 2 really good soups. It makes
Really well. Look at the sheen on that.
cream of tomato, adding your favorite dairy, just like 3
And the
tablespoons.
smell.
Smells so good.
And it makes the best gazpacho.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I've
another
been to
good thing.
Spain many times, and you just take a thawed pouch and put it in a blender with a half of a cucumber, red pepper, jalapeno, and sherry vinegar.
And is that on the
It's
website?
On the
Yes.
website.
Gazpacho.
It is.
That's one of my
the best
favorites.
Gazpachos you'll ever have, and you get rid of your old produce, which is another
Yeah,
bonus.
exactly right. All right, just get a spatula here. All right, the moment of truth.
Yum.
That looks amazing.
Oh boy,
Wow.
Fabulous.
man. Yeah, that's pretty serious.
That's beautiful.
This looks great, and the colors. But I love the aroma of the sauce that hits you as soon as you cut the bag. And you'll notice this when you go out and buy this product. But as soon as you cut open the bag, you know that somebody behind there invented it. They're Italian.
Yeah.
You know, that was like there was some hidden ingredients in there. You know, it's like when you were a kid, you went over to your aunt's house and you just opened up that door. You're like, oh, I'm here.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
there's just like no explanation for that. And no matter how many times you duplicate it, I've made meatballs 2,000 times, and I still cannot get them near like my grandmother had them. Not even close.
No, I understand.
You know?
And it's that aroma that just brings you back to those memories of,
Oh, of course.
growing up, you know.
Of course.
Like you say, your aunt, mine's going to my grandmother's, and in the apartment building, you just walk in and you're like, Grandma's
Yeah.
making the meatballs.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and you
Yeah,
run
nobody.
in
Yeah,
and-
that's a smell that every now and again, you know, I'll like travel someplace, and I'll go into a restaurant and I'll smell something. I'll be like, whoa. Wait a minute, that is,
Yeah.
you know, and then I'll talk to the chef, and it's amazing. Yeah, my family had this recipe for 40 years, and they used to cook with the lard first. I said, well,
Right.
that's what my grandmother used to do. I mean, there was always that
Right.
thing of lard on there, and just, whew.
And they're made with love.
Exactly.
A lot of love. A lot of
A lot
love.
of love.
A lot of
And I
love.
just think it brings everyone together. Like you could bring every ethnicity just
Right.
together and have this wonderful conversation about food and, you know, just what your culture is about. And I think our sauces definitely show our Italian heritage.
Absolutely. Let's go over some of these here. So we got a vodka sauce, which is, I always say that, you know, you're measured by your vodka sauce. That and your marinara, you know, because I don't know, a lot of people just can't make it right. Either it's too much cream, not enough cream, and if it's not enough cream, it's a disaster, right? It's got
Right.
like that tin
Right.
taste. But if the balance is good and it's creamy enough, I like this one. My daughter is a big
And you know,
fan.
you can do a great penne alla vodka with shrimp, all in one pot. Have no mess, no prep.
Right.
It's all done.
And then, did you tell me before you can make a dip with this too?
Well, with the sausage ragu,
Right.
we make a pizza dip that, if we're demoing, we sometimes will make the dip with us and you know, showcase it there. And everyone literally will say to us, "Oh, where can I buy the dip?" And we're like, no. You
God.
buy the sausage ragu,
Yeah, that's right.
cream cheese and mozzarella cheese that's shredded in the bag,
Yeah.
and mix it all together and bake it. It's that simple. But
You should package the gazpacho. I'm just thinking that's a good
Gazpachos.
one. Nobody can make that right. It's
And
tough.
It really is
Yeah.
one of the best gazpachos.
it is.
I went into this very well-known restaurant and I ordered this gazpacho. It was like they put vegetables in there and pureed it. I had like puree soup.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe they called it gazpacho.
This is
But-
so flavorful. And again, everything just takes minutes. That will sell that amatriciana.
Now let's talk
sauce.
about the amatriciana sauce for a second, because that's another hard one to, right? I mean, if you really know what it tastes like, was that a family like recipe? Did you think that, because sometimes it's got a little heat, how did you think the American public would gravitate to that?
Well, I think, you know, for me, it's that braising of the pancetta. And the pancetta that we use is nitrate free, which is also an added bonus. So again,
right.
clean ingredients. But it's the way we cook it. And, you know, we drain the
And
tomatoes.
you're using pancetta, not bacon.
Exactly.
And you notice I didn't say that until I heard it, but yeah, it's supposed to be made with pancetta. And that everybody makes it with bacon.
Right. It's just so flavorful. We take care in layering the ingredients. As Ann said earlier, it's a 4 or 5 hour sauce, small batches. So when you put that much time, it really allows the flavors to develop. And I think it's our most versatile sauce.
Wow.
So
Absolutely.
Sounds amazing, really.
Yes.
Well, guys, thank you so much for coming on the show today. Real quick, how can we get the masses to this? Now, there's going to be a lot of stuff coming up, right? Eventually, you might be on Amazon, but I think the safeguard is to say go to the website, order it through the website, because from there, it can be shipped right to your door, which I know the people who watch this show want it quick, easy, and simple.
yes.
So,
Well, because they're frozen, we do ship usually Monday and Tuesdays.
Right.
So
Right.
we don't want to have any issue. But they make great gifts.
Absolutely.
And they're great to have during the holidays when you're busy. But, you know, if somebody has a new baby or a new home, they would love nothing more than
Right.
quick, easy
Absolutely.
meals that are delicious.
Yes.
yeah, absolutely. I would have to agree. And you could do easy, quick meals like this. We're going to do some pasta on some future shows, so take a look at what I have planned for that. But, you know, like I was saying earlier, is that, you know, the hard work is finished. Once you have a good base, it's like saying anything. You have a good foundation to a house, you can build anything. And this is your foundation sauce right here. Just add to it. You know, or if you don't want to add to it, just put it over pasta and eat it. It's good too. Ladies, thank you so much
Thank
for
you
coming
so
on the
much.
show.
Very much.
Thank you so
It's been
much.
wonderful.
And there are no rules in cooking, everyone, and this is to prove it.